Now, I'm guessing we're going to have two disparate responses to that editorial or where the debate's at the moment from our Wednesday Wrangle panel. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds each, all right? I'm going to put the timer on it because we've got to get on to other issues. You go first, Justin. 30 seconds.
Oh, look, what is this crap from Peter Dutton? Honestly, I mean, we're going to go back months, and all of a sudden, as we're about to have the referendum, he starts debating and talking about how divisive it is that we're having a referendum in the first place. Peter Dutton should get his head in the game. He really does get it wrong sometimes. Get his head in the game, and if he's got something he wants to say about the No campaign, if he's got something to push, then just push that. It's already happening. That other debate he's trying to have.
There you go. You're nearly finished. Oh, hang on. There goes the alarm. There's your 30 seconds. Like a good radio man, you've got it almost bang on. Now your turn, Liz.
Absolute nonsense from Tony Nutt. I can't believe you used that illustration. When the writers of the Constitution were putting it together, they weren't talking about something that was going to divide the nation on race, give certain people privileges and voices over others, etc., so on. So that complete, utter nonsense from Tony Nutt there. And obviously he's on the Yes campaign, so we can expect that from them. But also completely disingenuous to say, oh, the Liberals supported this until they didn't. The Liberals kept saying, we reserve our judgment until we get more detail. Once they realised that more detail was not forthcoming, they withdrew it, as they should have, and the nation has rallied behind
Even though Tony Nutt says they've got all the detail they need, I've got to work out how to turn the alarm off on the timer. Now, let's go on. I wanted to talk about these dog attacks and the reaction to them. And let's have a look at this quote from the breeder of those two Rottweilers that mauled the owner in Perth the other day. The dog breeder says, "We don't breed dogs for fighting. We don't breed dogs for security. We mainly breed them for show and to place them in family units." Yeah, we get that, but sometimes they really hurt people. And there's a good case, surely, Liz, to ban some of these dangerous breeds.
Nah, I don't go for this. It's a nature versus nurture argument. And I just don't believe that there are innately evil dogs. People say, oh, they're bred for this, they're bred for that. OK, then explain to me how, like, 9 out of 10 pit bulls, more than that, live long lives, no incident whatsoever. They're happy-go-lucky, fine. Same with Rottweilers.
So
and just say, oh, we've just got to make these dogs extinct.
You're just as happy to step into a backyard with a Rottweiler as you are with a poodle?
I think that, yeah, I would be, depending on the owner, because I believe
what if the owner's got neck tattoos?
I believe it is nurture, not nature.
Oh, well.
And that's why some people who are attracted to the idea of having a very vicious dog buy these breeds, and then it's a very unfortunate marriage of convenience.
This is what they're bred for, Justin. A lot of these breeds, they're bred because they're tough and aggressive and fighters, just as others are bred for, you know, duck hunting and the like.
Yeah, they're dangerous. And there's also, you do see the similarities in some of these owners. I feel like an American Second Amendment argument coming on here when you talk about the right to own dangerous dogs. It's like the right to bear arms because you want to do it for home security purposes, and that's all well and good till someone ends up dead in the gutter. Yeah, I think, look, I'm not sure if totally banning them. I'd like to see whether it's some form of greater education or greater responsibility put back on these owners. But because look, let's be totally frank, there are some dead-set half-wits that get to buy these dogs.
Exactly. So it's like
owners,
saying...
But there's some shockers.
It's like saying, let's get rid of cars because some people drive them really recklessly and kill others.
I've known very sensible and very diligent dog owners whose dogs are psychopaths and dangerous, and it happens all the time.
Well, then if they're responsible owners, they put the dog down.
They should. I don't want my kids going to the park and have to take their chances with somebody's pit bull or Rottweiler or Alsatian.
But that's fair enough, and it falls on the owner to do the right thing if they know that they've got a psycho dog.
Well, psycho dog. Well, exactly. And there are penalties, actually. The interesting thing is there's a lot of penalties available to councils and state governments, police forces over dog ownership.
Well, that's cold comfort when someone's been attacked, isn't it? It's like, oh, here's a fine.
Yeah.
The damage is done.
It is a problem.
So now you're in the spirit, Liz. Now you're in the spirit.
No, I'm simply saying still not the dog's fault. I'm looking at the owner. If you raised it right, treated it right, and it's still, you know it has those proclivities, The responsibility is on you.
How many times have we seen a dog attack and then they say, oh, he's never bitten anybody before? It's always been so lovely.
Yeah, because they know it's their responsibility. So, of course, they're going to say that. This came out of nowhere. We've never noticed anything. Good friends of mine put down their sheepdog because they brought it here to Sydney. It was a beautiful sheepdog called Tess, but just kept nipping people. To the point that they bled. It wasn't just a love bite.
Well, they should have put it down sooner.
So they had to. Once it happened twice, they were just like,
fit right in Sydney then.
Yeah, very sad, but that's the responsible thing to do. It is all on the owner.
It's all on the owner, but unfortunately, innocent people get hurt. And so take the dog out of the equation. Guess what? You don't get hurt.